So if you want to plug any projects you have going on or anything like that, please feel free to do that. I do have the information you gave me to drop in the chat so people can connect with you if they want to find you in your projects. And we'll do the same thing at the very end before we sign off. So
perfect.
Cool. All right, I'm also live now, bud, so you can
oh, sweet,
do the shared chat.
Okie doke.
Are we multi-streaming?
Yeah,
we are. We tested it out a few days ago.
Hey,
Yeah,
we're all over the internet.
Yeah. Live.
So we'll see how it goes, but yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
I'm just hoping my dog behaves. He's been weird today. He's been in such a mood. I don't know what he's tripping on.
Tripping on sunshine.
Not here.
You didn't have sun today?
No, we've got rain that's supposed to turn into 2 inches of snow overnight.
I'll be darned.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, we need it real bad because summertime around here is terrifying for wildfire. So bring on the rain and bring on the snow.
I feel like that's what everyone says whenever rain's coming. Well, we need it though.
Probably because it's true. This planet is like begging for more water.
It's true.
Poor planet. Damn it, planet.
Janet?
Close. But you got what I was saying.
All right, I'm just dropping a couple of we're going live announcements here quick, and then we'll get started. Thank you to all the Discords that allow me to spam our content into your self-promo channels. All right, there we go. Cheers, everyone.
Slancha.
I'm really looking forward to this game with y'all.
Yes.
It's going to be a blast.
We'll wait for Maui and then we'll dive in.
Very good. I think I just realized that first episode always has a different vibe than all episodes that follow in a series. There's sort of this, yeah, there's like this preemptive solemnness. Right?
We're all marching towards our fate.
Yeah, and like I think there's a subconscious wonder.
Got to turn off my stupid Nightbot.
Stupid Nightbot.
Turn off all that real fast. Shit. Before it starts spamming.
Is that
away, away, away. 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 Okay. Good.
You're muted.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. We'll fix that in post. Just kidding. My name is Dave. Welcome back to the Superior Adventures Guild. I am very excited to be hosting this wonderful group of folks and this new game that we're about to embark on, this new story that we're about to tell. Big shout out to all of these beautiful people on the screen here in DungeonMisterTy for bringing the story to life with us, setting it up so we can play around in it and go crazy with it. We are going to go around the table and do some introductions because there's some new faces here and some old friends and some new friends. So let's go around the table and do some introductions. And Grace, I would love to start with you. Welcome back. It's so nice to see you twice in a week on GuildSuperior.
It is so nice to be here twice in a week. I feel like the luckiest person alive. Thanks for having me back. I've been looking forward to this game for a long, long time. I'm going to start with the character because I always forget that. I'm going to be playing as Doris Pulaki. I can't wait for y'all to meet her, and I can't wait for y'all to meet this outstanding party. I work for Trollord Games. I'm their social media manager. We are currently in the final 10 days of our Castle Zagig crowdfunding campaign, which is the wackiest, weirdest, craziest mega dungeon that you could ever dungeon crawl through. So check it out.
Thank you so
That's
much,
me.
Grace. Yeah,
Happy
hell
to be
yeah.
here.
We are lucky to have you. So I'm glad that you're here diving into this. We're going to need you on this one. Let's kick it over next to Maui. Maui, welcome to the channel. Great to have you here. And for folks that maybe don't know, we are multi-streaming to Reflect Games as well as here on Guild Superior. So if you're in either of those chats, hello and welcome. Maui, thank you so much for being here.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, thank you for having me. I'm Maui. I am over at Reflect Games usually, but today I'm here at Guild Superior, and I'm very excited to delve into this dark eldritch horror that Ty has planned for us. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh man, thank you for being here. It's a treat, and this group is amazing. The backstories, the conspiratorial planning that's been going on behind the scenes is really gonna shine. Let's kick it over next to Justin Estrada. Justin, welcome to Guild Superior. It's an honor to be sitting at the virtual table with you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to roll lots of my orange dice with you all. Yeah, I worked with the Panic Table and doing editing for them and their mothership stuff, which is also a blast. And then working with Twice Rolled Tales and doing some of their stuff. And now I work as head of gaming at Stranger Comics. So if you get a chance, check them out. Stranger Comics. They just finished a Kickstarter that made over 100,000, which was very successful for them. So, and there's going to be a D&D module that I created that's going to be a part of that. So, a lot of exciting
Damn.
stuff.
That's cool. The link to Stranger Comics is in the chat right now, folks. I went over there the other night, Justin, after you shared that with me. Beautiful art. Like the artwork is so freaking beautiful. My God.
It's
I
gnarly.
mean, how many people are working on those projects? There's got to be dozens and dozens of people.
Yeah, there's so many different artists. I actually am working on a documentary also about Stranger Comics.
Oh,
And,
you're not busy at all.
too many. You just take off several of my hats before I sit down here.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I've interviewed like an insane amount of their different artists, and they're all amazing. They're all
That's cool.
It's incredible.
Beautiful stuff. Everybody go check it out. Really cool. Thank you for being here again. And DungeonMisterTy, always a pleasure to be at the table with you. Your creative genius coming to life here has been a treat and always is a treat. Thanks for doing this. Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh, and I'm always so appreciative. We go back a long way, and you are very instrumental in bringing me into this space as well. So I always appreciate you, bud. Always. And
love you, man.
Love you too. I am DungeonMisterTy, owner of Adventure Sling Productions, creators of New Varden and the Fortunes D4 system. There is so much going on at Adventure Sling. Grace and I also are kicking off a project, a collaboration between Adventure Sling and Trollord Games. Very excited to bring that to you as well. You've heard about it. You don't know quite what it is, but it's coming. You may know that it's called Aired Out. So that gives you a hint, you Castles and Crusades fans. So stay tuned for that. There will be it will become very obvious in a very short few weeks. Otherwise, there is the Adventure Sling podcast. There is the Chronicles of Nephis podcast. There are downloads to facilitate your New of Arden play if you are up to speed on that, and more things coming. But meanwhile, yes, I am the keeper for this next several weeks. Happy to introduce and bring to you my original story set in Call of Cthulhu land. And before we get started, Dave, I'll send it back to you for any announcements, and then we'll get started. Oh, you're muted again, buddy.
Very excited about all your projects as well. And I know you're busier than hell, so it's great that you can make time for this, and it's a pleasure to host you here.
Thank
A couple of quick announcements now that I'm unmuted. I do have a little bit of a cold, so I've been muting myself when I'm clearing my throat and doing my little coughs, but I'll try to stay unmuted when necessary. However, I do have something I need to tell you before we get started. That is that we have a bunch of other stuff going on here on Guild Superior that you should be aware of. Not the least of which is Ruminations of Stillmon Thogni, a original Nuavarden story by our good buddy Penborough. Of course, myself and Rachel and Ty are playing in that game. That's on Thursday nights. Come on by this Thursday and check that out. It has been, dare I say, an epic Nuavarden adventure, and Paul is really bringing it, as are the players. It's been a great story so far. Really excited about that. We also last week we kicked off our new Simbaroom 3-part series that Grace and I are in with Anna Maeve and Chris the Champion and our good GM, our diabolical dastardly GM, I should say, who knows how to push all the buttons, Shiv. And so that is a 3-parter every other Saturday. So we'll be back, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday for that. And then more to come on this, but just finished up the casting on a return to our Greyhawk Age of Worms campaign. We'll be diving back into that in June for the Summer of Siege, which is an event that Grace and the Troll Lords put on every summer. This will be the second summer, and we're excited to be participating in that again. So thanks to Grace and Troll Lords for putting that on. With that said, Ty, I would love to kick it over to you, and we can get this thing started.
Let's do it. The year is 1934, May 25th. Just 2 days ago, Bonnie and Clyde were brought to justice in a hail of bullets. Dillinger has been on the lam for more than 2 months. The World Cup is in less than a month. It has been fewer than 2 decades since the Great War, and already Europe is restless, especially Germany. Most of you make your life in Arkham, Massachusetts, just a short ride north of Boston, even by horse. Your morning is interrupted by an unexpected message. Players, please introduce your character by appearance and what they are currently doing prior to the incoming message this fair spring day. And if we could please have Dave start us off.
Sure. Gerard is likely sitting in a quiet place at the university, Miskatonic University to be exact, ravenously devouring a book on some of the findings of the early ethnobotany expeditions to the Peruvian Amazon, trying to add to his growing knowledge from his own explorations into the death rituals of some of the native peoples of that region. Undoubtedly smoking a cigarette, the ash hanging long, forgetting that it's there even in his hand. As it falls to the page, he wipes it off, looks up at the sky above, takes note of the weather for a moment. It seems so inconsequential to what's going on beyond, within, elsewhere, but here all at once. A deep sigh, a return to the book, and eventually, as the cigarette is snuffed out, closing the book, bundling it up, and gazing at the people that walk about the campus, thinking about whether they know what lies in store for them, or if what he believes that lies in store for them is really true. Oftentimes, he struggles with the scientific approach versus the experiential approach that he and others have had in the war and after.
Justin, would you please tell us where Jude is and what they're doing this fair morning.
Yeah. Jude this morning, I think, is sitting in his very stark, empty apartment. I think you wouldn't know that anyone lived there had you not seen him sitting there at a table having a breakfast. He's eating steel cut oats, and he's looking over the message with one hand very carefully and taking very very distinct, purposeful bites. And he always puts the spoon back down, and he sits and he chews. And when he's done and he's ready for another bite, he picks the spoon back up. And you just see this kind of very put together, coiffed individual. This man who has set everything kind of right at every stage around him, in order and comfort. And when he's done reading the message, he goes to the wall and he peels a bit of the wallpaper aside and pulls a bit of a board along the wall up and out and slides the message and leaves it in there and closes it, and then gets dressed.
I have a question for you. Is there a tablecloth on the table?
Yes.
Is it plain or patterned?
It's plain.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a very simple, but it has a nice, fine, lace edge around the border of it.
Thank you. Maui, would you please introduce Miles? Tell us what you're doing this morning.
I think we see Miles in a large, oversized, California King bed. There are two other fellows in bed with him. He wakes up, and as he gets up, you notice that on his dark skin is almost completely covered in tattoos in various languages. You see script, you see pictures. He rubs his leg, and there's a pretty bad scar on his right leg. He rubs that to try to get feeling back into it like he does every morning. Sits up, puts on a silken robe and steps out onto a terrace. There's a cup of coffee waiting there for him by one of the servants. He sits down and grabs his journal to do his morning writings. And as he opens the journal, a message falls out that he opens up and takes a look at, closes it, and kind of sighs as he opens his book and goes back to his writings and just kind of stares off into the distance.
Thank you. And finally, Doris, where are you at this morning as the back room telephone rings and your sister Maria goes to answer it?
Doris has just stepped outside the back way because in order to sell the product, you do have to smoke the product. Her family, the Pulakis, had just received the other day a small case of cigars from Nicaragua. It's pretty good stuff. Earlier that morning, her mother, Dolores, had pressed her kind of white and blue skirt that she's now wearing, the skirt of her dress, rather. And she kind of fingers the the hem of it sort of idly as she's kind of squatting in the back in this kind of dingy, puddled alley, smoking a cigar, leaving red lipstick marks on it when she pulls it away from her mouth. And she pulls a bronze pocket watch out from inside of her kind of like breast pocket to see what time it is in Athens, where her twin brother is, and imagines what he's doing 7 hours in the future.
As you're all going about your business, Gerard, you are on campus at the library. Jude and Miles at home, both of you having received a telegram. And Gerard, you are approached with someone who also hands to you a telegram. Each of you reads on this telegram, "My dearest Gerard, Jude, Miles, it has been ages. Did you know I bought the old Perez house on the west end of Hyde Street? I can see straight down Hyde all the way to Independence Square. You must come by. In fact, I would like to see you today. No excuses. 2 p.m. You must come. I have something to show you that I think you will find more interesting than anything else you have going today. I assure you. Address on the note." And then you see it is Piotr Kozlov, 1347 West High Street, Arkham, Massachusetts. And as you contemplate that message, Doris Maria steps to the doorway and says, "Doris, telephone."
Oh. Yes.
"Doris, thank God you answered. I've been sending telegrams like mad and I've lost my patience for it. How are you?"
Oh, we're just getting started.
"What?"
You know how business is.
"Oh, yes, good, good. Say, you haven't been up to see me in a while, and I wonder why not. But that isn't why I called. Did you know I bought the Perez house on West High?"
I didn't hear. Congratulations, Peter. That's wonderful.
"Thank you. I suppose that's why I haven't heard from you in a while.
Well, we haven't had business.
Say, you're free today, aren't you? Believe me, you better be."
She kind of looks over her shoulder at Maria. I can be free.
"What?"
Yes.
Well, do whatever you can to be here by 2 p.m. You have simply got to see this. Do you need me to send a car? 1347 West High Street, the big bastard on the hillside. See you at 2.
Please.
Kisses, darling."
And you.
And he hangs up. And your mother leans inside the doorway nearby, arms folded, and says, "Mi anisichis." She shakes her head and pats her chest. "Mi anisichis," which means you worry me.
Mama. But has nothing to say beyond that.
She sighs and turns back inside. Is there anything any of you wish to do prior to arriving at Kozlov's, or are you prepared to move forward?
I think the only thing of note that I would like to do before that is go for a walk. I think every morning Miles goes for a walk, so gets dressed in his suit, covers himself up head to toe so nobody can see his tattoos, puts on a necklace that has a small sack of something on it that he keeps kind of tucked inside of his shirt, grabs his cane for his bum leg, and goes for a walk. And he kind of just talks to himself, telling himself about the day he had yesterday. Talking to, people are going to look at him a little bit weird as he walks through the park saying these things, kind of laughing as he's almost as if he's having a conversation with someone who's not there.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think I don't. I think I head straight out. Yeah.
Gerard, on the other hand, upon reading the note, he sticks it in his jacket pocket and makes his way to one of the nearby watering holes, where even though it's early, he knows he can get in. And he sits down and will have the usual bottle of bourbon is procured and brought forward, poured into a small shot glass. He just looks at it. Eventually he picks it up, puts it back, pays the tab, and walks out.
Perfect.
I've got one little thing. First thing, she puts the or really 3/4 left cigar into her dress pocket. And we'll kind of cup Maria's cheek. Don't sell the new stuff to anyone whose belt or whose shoe buckles aren't shiny.
All
I trust
right.
you.
Thank you for reminding me.
And she'll go out to the car that's waiting and kind of slump in comfortably.
It's a nice, long-bodied 1930s ride. White walls. You know how Kozlov does. You arrive each in turn at 1347 West High Street, a sprawling Georgian colonial. The 2-story brick house is nestled within a rock wall that appears to run the perimeter of the compound. To the side and behind the expansive yard features several outbuildings. The home itself must have at least 10 bedrooms, judging by the upper story and attic windows. A butler greets you at the door and ushers you into a plush greeting chamber just inside the arched doorway. An open box of cigars, fluted cognac glasses, and a crystal carafe of brown liquid await, along with cucumber finger sandwiches, sliced orange cake, and a glass pitcher of lemon water sweating from its chilled contents. Kozlov is not immediately present. And Jude, I think you are probably first and are there alone for some time, just you in this luxurious front room.
Yeah.
The bookshelves, ornate decor, there's marble everywhere. No one to speak to.
Yeah. I think strangely, I am incredibly comfortable right now with no one else around. Very unbothered. No one's asking me any questions. I was led into this front area and I'm allowed to just stand idly and wait. Awesome. I have one hand in my pocket and I'm just kind of rolling a stone that I keep in that pocket around as I kind of look at the books on the wall, and I see maybe every now and then I'll see a book that's like pushed out or pulled out, pushed in or pulled out a little further than the others, and I'll go over and I'll fix it and then I'll stand again and kind of just take in the symmetry of the entryway and the like fine woodworking and molding and things like that. And if there's a mistake or something in the construction, I kind of just turn my body to not face that part of the room.
Nice. Yes. You note the patterning of the marble in the stone and the curling of the design on the mantelpieces, and there's a lot to look at here. And so you have options to look away from the things that are not as comfortable to things that are perhaps more beautiful and orderly.
Mm-hmm.
And I would think probably Doris would arrive next.
Kind of enters the room. I don't know that she's met Jude at this point, so she kind of enters sort of looking around, and then her gaze sort of falls on you there. Oh.
Hello. Hi, I'm my name is Jude, and he reaches out a hand.
I'm Doris. Lovely to make your acquaintance.
Yes. And he kind of tries to inconspicuously wipe his hand on his pants as he looks around the room a little bit. Beautiful place we've been invited to. I assume you also know Peter?
Oh, yes. A good friend of mine. And you?
A friend. Yes.
So, business.
I assume. It's usually why I get called.
What sort of business are you in? My family, we
Uh,
sell cigars.
I'm into the logistics.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Lucrative business these days.
Well, everything's got to go somewhere.
Yes, indeed.
Could I get both of you to describe yourselves physically in appearance, approximate age, that kind of thing?
Sure. I'm, I think, gosh, I think it was like 30 something. What did I gotta check my fact sheet? 34. And he looks his age. He's got kind of shorter, slicked hair down, clean shaven. He's got pretty strong, sharp features. A fairly large individual, like a little imposing in size, but he doesn't seem to carry himself that way. He wears suspenders, no belt. He's dressed nicely, but not extravagantly. He's if you were to see him out on the street, you would think, what a plain person, what an NPC. This guy.
And Doris, for her part, is more like she's about 5'5", but she takes up her space very much. She has dark brown hair that is kind of curled into a bun at the base of her neck. A few errant pieces kind of coming out. Dark eyes. Her eyebrows are pretty bushy. Almost a little bit of a unibrow happening. And yeah, red lipstick is a signature for her.
And you said you were wearing a dress, yes?
Yes, it's like a white and blue kind of, let's say, striped dress.
As you two are awkwardly starting to get acquainted, Gerard arrives.
Gerard walks in to the room, and you see this large man, maybe similar in size, Jude, to your own stature, stocky, wide shoulders. His face looks as though it has been beaten and then burned. He bears not only the marks of his former boxing career as a young man, with a nose that's been broken many times, but he also has some scarring on the side of his face that looks possibly from a chemical burn or fire. He's well dressed. You can tell from the way he carries himself that he is a man of means, but also, even though he looks almost like a monster in some respects, he has bright eyes that look about the room. He's got a blazer on and a hat that he tips as he walks in, takes it off, sets it on a hat rack, pulls his jacket off, hangs it, and he has a nice silken shirt, light and airy for the weather. Hello?
Hello.
I must say this is quite a slower start to most parties that Peter usually holds.
Is that what this is? A party?
Well, I can only assume.
I thought it was business. My mistake. I'll look over. Is there a liquor supply anywhere?
There is a carafe or a decanter and glasses set out next to water, finger sandwiches, and an orange cake.
I make my way over and begin to pour a drink and look over and say, and for you?
One of the same, please.
My name's
Just
Gerard.
water for me.
Of
Gerard.
course.
Nice
I'll
to meet you.
walk
I'm Doris.
over, Doris, hand you a drink. Jude, water. So you are social acquaintances of Peter's.
Some business,
Okay.
some friendship. Yes.
He mentioned he
yourself?
had something interesting to showcase that piqued my interest, of course, right away. Peter reaching out on a whim like that is not something that happens very often for me.
A flighty sort. That Peter.
I like the new
I've
digs.
found him to be difficult.
Hmm.
You find him difficult, you said.
I have found him to be difficult.
In what
I
sense?
wouldn't say that's a consistent theme, though. He seems like someone who lacks consistency.
Well, he is serendipitous, you might say.
It really is all the rage these days.
Is it now? And I thought it was spiritualism.
Oh no, that's a passing fad.
You are delightful. Doris, did you say?
Yes, Gerard. What sort of business do you do? We have Jude logistics, you said.
Oh,
Yes.
any specialties?
Nothing in particular. Whatever needs moving.
Convenient. And you, Doris?
Convenience really is such a valuable commodity these days. It seems people will pay for anything if it means convenience.
But of quality, as far as I know, Peter must be quality. I, for one, have had my orbit connect with Peter's for something similar, I guess. Procurement of quality relics.
Relics, you say?
Yes,
How exciting.
it can be.
Of what sort?
Of a very particular kind, from a very particular place.
As you are all starting to get acquainted, Miles, you arrive.
Miles comes in less serious than the rest. Comes in kind of big and gregarious and full of life. What's the name of the person who answers? What's the name of like this estate's butler?
It's uncommon that his name is ever shared, but you know it. His name is Philip.
And I think Miles comes in. Philip, darling, how are you? And gives him a big hug, spins him around, and says, "Has the party started already?" And picks up a flute of was it champagne, cognac? What is here?
Cognac.
Grabs some cognac, shoots it back, and says, "The entertainment has arrived." As he comes in and sees Doris. Doris, darling,
Hello, my
you-
friend.
oh, beautiful, stunning as always. Where were you
Miles?
last night at the Onyx
Yourself.
Club?
Miles.
Gerard, hello.
Yes, you must meet our new friends.
Uh,
We have Jude and Gerard. They're delightful.
Yes, new and old.
It's been a while. I'll walk over and reach out a hand to shake, and then
Yes.
You know each other.
of course,
Yes. We go back a ways.
it's good to see you.
It is good to see you, too, darling. I hope you're ready to have a lovely evening. I'm sure Petey has something wonderful planned.
Doesn't he
No doubt.
always?
Anyway, where were you last night at the Onyx Club, Doris?
I couldn't make it. Had to stay back at the shop. We had a little spill.
Oh, well, that's a shame. There were two lovely gentlemen that I had the pleasure of taking home last night.
Well, more for you, I guess.
Indeed, there's never too much. And hello, Jude.
Yes. Hi. I reach out a hand.
Oh, you charmed, I'm sure. You seem quite stuffy. Perhaps we can get you to loosen up a bit.
Huh? No, please.
No, no. Seriously, let your hair down, darling. It's a party. It's
This
like a
is
cognac.
as long as it is. I work in logistics, and I'm here for business.
Oh,
I think.
business. Okay. Yes, sir.
Miles has
point,
a bit of
it's-
a anti-business sort of air about him. The more of his air that you breathe, you'll find yourself relaxing.
What she
I
said.
hope so. He like he's nervously laughing. It's painful. There's just pain in his eyes.
It's okay. Under that tough exterior, I know there's a soft, squishy center somewhere.
Speaking of the center of things, what do you all think we've been brought here to behold?
Oh, I'm sure it's one of PT's artifacts he's found on some expedition or something. I'm sure it'll be something lovely, as he usually does.
If it's an artifact of sorts, Gerard, would you know anything about this?
if it was something that I had brought to Peter, it probably wouldn't be as exciting. His message seemed very insistent, so no, I don't think I know what this is about. Another
Gerard,
drink.
I want you to do something for me, please. Seeing Miles unexpectedly, there is a flush of an emotion that does not entirely feel like it belongs to you, and was almost an impulse to embrace Miles instead of simply shaking their hand, and it's lingering for you. I'm going to have you low-key make a sanity check for me, please.
First roll of the
Right
game.
out of the gate, huh? Right
Love
out of the
it.
gate. Okay.
I have that effect on people, darling. Yes.
You'll let your hair down soon enough.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to believe this. I just
Right
rolled a
on.
99.
Uh-oh. Please? All right. Not terrible. Not
My first
horrible.
time playing this system, by the way. I have no idea what that means. I'm so excited to find out.
It's
Lulu shows up right now.
seems significant.
You are trying to hold it together, and this emotion
Yeah.
is overtaking your demeanor, and you lose 3 sanity points as Gabri fills your chest cavity.
I shudder as I sort of pull back away from Miles, shaking, maybe noticeably, maybe not, as the conversation switches to the Onyx Club and this sort of focus on Jude. I make my way back to the decanter and the table, and I pour myself another drink. I pour a second drink, and I walk back as I put a cigarette in my mouth, the cigarette sort of trembling, and I just, without even really thinking of it, I hold one of the drinks out for Miles as if it was something that was instinctual.
Oh, thank you, darling. I say as I kind of like whip past you, and I think I grab Doris to dance with her.
Oh, yeah. It's a party.
Mm-hmm.
Jude, I feel like you've kind of moved to the fringe, maybe back to the books or
Yeah,
something
I'm
like-
actively trying to peel myself outside. Like if there's like a group of people talking, I'm like 3 or 4 steps outside of this group. Still listening intently, holding an empty glass of water that I chugged the moment I was handed it, and trying to disappear.
Gerard, for your part, for a moment, there's a large bay window in here that looks out on the front entrance where the car is pulled up, and you move that direction, cold sweat, and gaze out the window, trying to compose yourself, and gradually allowing the distraction of Miles and Doris dancing and the frivolity there to separate you from the moment of the engagement and recover your composure.
I think I open the window just a little bit, you know, turn the latch and push it open just a little bit, and reach down to one of those, you know, those big cigarette lighters. It's like you know, and I
The glass.
click, yeah, yep, and I light up another cigarette and just stand with my cocktail, smoking near the window, and then I just, as that flush of composure kind of comes back to me, I watch the two dance and just kind of smile to myself.
As you carry on, about 40 minutes later, Kozlov sweeps into the room. He is charming and handsome, his golden hair coiffed in a full-bodied wave with a fop of bangs drifting down one side of his youthful face. He wears a gray double-breasted vest over a white shirt with a black and white and gray striped tie. He does not wear a jacket, but his sleeves are down and cuffed at the wrist with gold and diamond cufflinks. Rumor has it that Kozlov fought for the Russians in the war and afterward made his way to the US under some diplomatic arrangement, bringing a source of indeterminate wealth with him, and the entire theory housed in conspiracy given the ongoing economic struggles in Russia. My dear guests, he says, clutching each of you by the hand and shaking it while offering a charismatic smile. Doris, he sweeps an arm around you and spins you out in a little flourish.
Mr. Kozlov, I should call you. It has been too long since you've come to the Little Bird.
Such formality. Doris, I have your family signatures on my table.
And to think I didn't recognize them. I was too busy hearing
I
about
was-
dear Miles's exploits.
I have been busy with buying the house, and you know, is it not magnificent?
Oh, magnificent is the word. This is beautiful, truly. Congratulations.
I'm glad you approve.
This is why you haven't been at the apartment recently, PT. I hope that there's going to be a room somewhere for me.
Well, I could say the same for you. You've not seen me in a bit of time as well. You didn't even know I bought this house, Miles.
You didn't tell me you have not been at the apartment a lot recently.
I
Anyway,
know.
it's great to see you, love. Mwah,
You as
mwah.
well. Jude, welcome.
Peter,
Thank you
Yeah.
for coming.
here I am.
Well, please enjoy. Help yourself. Gerard, I do appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man.
I'm never too busy for you, Peter. It's good to see you, and I'll walk forward and shake his hand. When
You
you
shake your-
call with something of interest, I am curious enough to drop by anytime, my friend.
You know me well. Ha.
Too well,
Right.
you might say.
Well, it's can anyone know anyone too well? You know, you should know your friends very well, I suppose. But let me tell you all, you are going to love this.
Please,
But-
enough with the suspense.
Are you in such a hurry? The day is young, but I don't blame you.
I prefer teas. Take your time.
Do you want to sing us a song, Miles, before we get to the, or am I just delaying the inevitable?
Oh,
Shall we?
sing a song, absolutely. And before you can say anything else, Miles begins to sing a song. He has a beautiful voice. It's just like warm honey, deeper register. And I should describe what Miles looks like. Miles is about 6'3", slight of frame, however, like kind of a swimmer's body. Big round glasses and just like the smoothest smile you can imagine. And yeah, and just kind of sings this beautiful song to all of you.
And as you wrap up, Peter applauds, moves to the front, and gives you a big hug.
Yeah.
And just, you know, even over the few of you that are there, you can just barely hear his voice just complimenting Miles. And then he steps away and he stands towards the door and he clasps his hand and said, "All right, friends, are you ready for this? Come on, let's go."
Follow excitedly.
Yeah, as do I.
Probably with a glass of something still.
Okay, yeah. Kozlov beckons you to follow him, all the while talking to you over his shoulder. You pass by white marble walls, marble floors. A gold-plated fountain gushes water noisily into a basin. The absolute minute all of that prohibition nonsense ended, I got to work. You follow his ecstatic pace through the heart of the first story to a descending stair. Kozlov turns on a bare bulbed overhead light and continues the descent. The basement here is a whole house to itself, but it's unfinished. At the bottom of the stair, he flips another switch and enters an open basement where he turns around to face you. Several lights glow softly in a receding line overhead. A partially finished drywall partition segments the far side into another unfinished room. To your right, a dust-covered wet bar, aged in its own right, sits amid an array of tools, tool belts, sledgehammers, etc. Bricks and broken mortar are strewn about the floor where part of the wall behind the bar is torn down, exposing a dark hole beyond. I'm putting in a bar. Kozlov gestures to the room. A club of my own, really. He looks at you expectantly.
Oh, okay. A bar.
Certainly this isn't what you called us for, Peter.
Well, first of all, Miles, you must have some ideas already for what we can do in this.
I mean, I can see the vision, my love. I could
Certainly, just put some metal bars
something.
over
I just-
here. It'll be a proper
yeah.
dungeon.
That's
Well,
not a
it's-
bad idea. However, I thought that you had something a bit more exciting to show us.
How
Just
surprised
inside
excited
that it's-
about the bar in my house. I know.
Of course, darling.
It's old. It's not as exciting as it would have been before the prohibition ended. But as happy as I am about the bar, I want to show you what we found when we started the demolition. Kozlov moves toward the mess of tools and bags of mortar. Among the collection is a plastic tarp spread over an elongated shape. Kozlov grabs one end and motions for one of you to help lift it.
I don't get
I
my
have-
hands dirty. I'll let one of the boys do it.
Judy, help. Okay.
I step right over.
The tarp lifts away and drifts to the floor at the foot of the bar. And I need each of you to please make a sanity roll.
Oh boy. Okay. So that's a D100, right?
D100 at or under your score, please.
45 for me.
45 under or over what?
Oh.
60?
No, because I took some stuff here.
45 on 45.
45 on 45.
You're good. Okay.
Sanity is your power, right?
Well, it starts as your power, and then your sanity score fluctuates according to your experiences from there.
Currently, I just rolled a 50 over 40.
Okay.
Oh, it starts at your power. My power started at 70, so I would actually be at 55 then, right?
Okay, perfect. Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Thank you.
25 under 37.
Okay. And Jude?
67 over 50.
Jude and Doris. You lose 2 sanity points.
Okay.
Laid out on a stack of bricks is the drawn and desiccated corpse of a long dead person. The arms are pulled back as if recoiling from a threat. Elbows tucked at the ribs, wrists limp and hands drawn in. The head is turned slightly to the left, and the face is tucked so the chin touches the shoulder. A frowning grimace of time and waste pulls at the mask of what was once the visage of a living man. What do you think?
She kind of turns in towards Miles before covering it with like a goodness.
Gerard
I instinctively
steps
put
forward.
my hand around you as well.
Gerard steps forward. A friend of yours, Peter?
What do you mean by that, Gerard?
Where did you come by something of this
It was
exquisite?
in the wall. It was in this wall, here in the hole. And he
In
walks
this house?
over. In the house, yes. This is what I found it. Well, the workers found it.
So
They
you-
left.
Brought us to see a long dead body.
Isn't it fascinating? Have you seen? Well, I mean, we saw our share, many years ago.
I
But
pull
this
out
is different.
a little hand lens, like a magnifying glass, and start to examine it. When was this house built, Peter? As I'm taking a look at it.
This house was built in the 1700s. I believe I should know these. It's 1742, I want to say.
Does this look older than that? How old does this mummy look?
Do you have a medical insight of any sort?
I do. Let me see.
You or Gerard
I
and or
have
Gerard.
first aid. I have actually pretty decent first aid.
First aid wouldn't be enough for this because this would be more of a an archaeological kind of.
I have archaeology.
Okay, that would work.
Let me give that a try.
And Jude, if you have anything else that might play into it,
spot hidden.
Not quite, because it's just there. You know what I mean? Although, if there was some other detail, if there is some other detail, that would apply.
20 under 21.
Oof. Okay. It's difficult to estimate any sort of exact year, but it is almost surprising that it's still holding together. It's well preserved. It's desiccated. It's clearly, long dead. It's almost as if it's been mummified, even though it doesn't appear to be wrapped or preserved in any way that's obvious.
Are the clothing intact to some extent?
There is no clothing.
Okay. Does it look as though it has been embalmed intentionally?
That would probably requires a bit more of like an autopsy.
Okay.
There's no obvious. So if it were in fact mummified in any sort of traditional sense, then it may be stuffed with preservatives. But it's closed in on itself. So if it's been stuffed, literally, it would have to be moved about.
Well, what do you intend to do with this, Peter?
Well, I don't know if I should. Should I report this? I don't know. I don't know what the law says. Any of you know the law? Jude, do you know the law?
I know enough to not get in trouble. And if we want to be careful about this, I don't think the first thing to do would be going to the police.
Well, why not? It seems like the only thing of... It seems like the least suspicious thing to do, certainly.
Oh, this is far too interesting for the police, Doris.
It comes with a lot of attention.
I'd like to kind of I'm acting like, oh, this is not something I want to be bothered with, but I actually am kind of scanning the room now actively, and I'd like to see if I can pick up any notes of anything occult that has happened here. Like, was this part of like some ritual, perhaps? Like, look at the room that this mummy was found in, see if I can see any like markings or scratchings on it that would indicate ritualistic murder. Someone use my occult skill for that.
Okay, please do.
That is 37 under 55.
All right, you're examining this thing, and it looks like an old mummified corpse. There are no markings that stand out of any particular type. There's no clothing, as I mentioned. There are no other artifacts with it. It's just pretty much desiccated flesh and bone.
What of the room? Anything stand out to me occult wise of the room?
You got a what? A 30?
37 under my 55.
So not 50%. It's the room stands out. It doesn't really stand out. It's a basement in an old house that is being reconstructed. If there were anything prior to the work that has been going on, it may have been covered up, but it doesn't. There's not even really that vibe. It's just a basement.
Okay. I think I relax a little bit at that.
Yeah.
And I think I noticed in this moment that I've been holding your hand pretty tightly this entire time, Doris.
Starting to squeeze.
Yeah. And
She'll
I
kind
of
of place
loosen
a
up
hand
little bit
over
there.
yours as it tightens.
And I kind of give you a smile that's more genuine than the one that I usually put on, and just kind of like give you like a nod, a silent nod.
Her eyes go warm at you after the brief panic of this, and then kind of realizing what company she's really in here. Looking at this body and these two people that are saying not to call the police.
Well, is this something that I can roll about? Because I do have a law skill. Would there be like some guidance I can maybe?
Yeah, definitely roll for that, and we'll see what
Okay.
your personal like interpretation is of what the law might want to do with this.
Yeah. 58 under 60.
Okay, 1 second. Uh, you know, probably if the police were called, there would be like a report. They would call in the coroner. They would take away the corpse. It would probably end up in a museum or in the hospital, and ultimately would be destroyed. And Kozlov would probably lose any say about it.
Yeah.
It's not like a fresh murder as far as you can tell or anything like that, so it's kind of a judgment call about whether or not you want to involve the authorities or not. Legally, probably it would be a good idea, but is it necessary? If what people don't know won't hurt them.
Right. Well, Peter, I think the statute of limitations on whatever's happened here is probably long since passed. It was on your property. I think legally there isn't anything dubious about taking your time with this. I would, shy away from damaging it or doing anything to it that a museum might want to do at some point. So,
He's exactly
Gerard.
right, Peter. Quick question. Who else
Yes.
has seen this? Who else knows that this is here?
I had some workers who found it, and as soon as they saw it and we pulled it out, they were pretty unhappy that day. So I gave them some time off.
Can they be trusted to keep their mouths shut about this?
Yes, they would have other concerns if the authorities were to be involved. So
Good.
I'm not worried about that. And I paid them extra. Gerard, would you please check your Discord messaging for some information that comes to mind when you see this thing?
So what are we thinking? A prop for the bar? Maybe put it across the wet bar?
Well,
lay it across the piano?
I don't know if that's such a good idea, Doris. You're such a creative person, though. I do. So I'm thinking. So Gerard knows a bit about these historical sort of things. So obviously, I was going to bring him in. Jude, if we have to move it, you've got some ideas about how we could do such a thing without raising suspicion. Doris, you are my close confidant, so of course I would like to have you involved in this, this information. And Miles, similarly, we are all sort of familiar with shenanigans of various sorts, and prohibition or not, not everything is favorable in everyone's eyes.
Of course.
Well, Miles and I, between the two of us, we can certainly talk our way around anyone who would be asking untoward sort of questions about a corpse in your basement.
Perhaps another drink is in order, yes?
Well, of
Yes.
Of course. Shall we go back upstairs and think about it?
Of course, darling.
Indeed.
Well,
I will grab Peter by the arm as the rest go up the stairs and have a moment.
Yes,
Peter.
Gerard. Yeah, yes.
This corpse in and of itself is perhaps mundane. Who lived here before you? Do you know who you bought the house from, or was it conducted by brokers?
Well, it was conducted, but I know that it belonged to a Perez family. The former owner was Perez. They passed away last year, which is why this glorious property came onto the market. But, I think that they left some papers.
It might be worth taking a look at that. Was this the resting place of this individual concealed?
Oh, the
How was
body?
it? And how was it found?
It
I mean,
was
it
tucked
seems
in the
odd.
wall.
And was the wall? Did it appear as though it had been recently hidden away?
Oh no. The wall, as far as I could tell, when when my people did the walkthrough, and they gave me the reports, everything was very sound. It's a well-built house. I didn't examine the wall before it was demolished per se, but in looking at it since, come here, look, and he'll walk you over. You look at the drywall, they call it, and the framing and everything. It looks original. From what
I'll take a
I could
look. Does it seem like it has been set apart from the rest of the construction? In other words, is part of it newer? Perhaps was this tucked away recently prior to the transaction of the house being purchased?
Looking around at the general construction of the basement, there has been a lot of work recently done, including adding the partition that separates the basement into two separate areas. That's new entirely. So they were doing other work. It looks like they were extending the bar space when they dug into the wall. And in so doing, that's when they exposed it. So in that regard, everything that has been untouched in the area, other than being covered in dust from construction, looks all cohesive.
We should cover the corpse to protect it from the elements, from further.
I knew you would have a more scientific approach for this.
It's important to preserve these remains. I don't know what this means, but there's, when you have that hunch, before the hunch, there's a feeling. And before the feeling, there's a sense of concern.
Like in the war.
Exactly, my friend. Let's keep this as quiet as possible. Do you trust these three? Doris and Jude and Miles?
Absolutely. I trust you all very much. Very closely.
Okay, well, that's good enough for me.
Help me cover it then.
Okay.
Pull the tarp back over before rejoining everyone upstairs.
As we had been walking upstairs,
yes,
Doris would have Miles and possibly Jude, if Jude will allow it, noticing the two hanging behind. Doris will kind of like partly walk up the stairs and then kind of crouch and gesture to everyone, and she's going to try to like eavesdrop on the conversation that these two are having.
Oh, okay. I think there's a listen skill.
Oh.
Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I got that.
There is. I do have it.
The listen skill.
All right.
Doris, my love, do you think this is a good idea?
Oh, I don't think any of this is particularly good. But it is an idea.
I suppose it is.
That's an 11 under 60.
Oh, nice.
I just rolled a 7 under 50.
Wow.
I'm not gonna partake in the eavesdropping. I'm just gonna like stand there near them.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I was worried that my bum leg is gonna make noise.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I think Miles probably walks ahead, and as I'm starting to head up the stairs, Doris, you probably grab my.
She tugs on your back of your coat.
And
yeah.
I stop. And listen in on whatever you pretend to talk to me about something in that moment.
Yeah.
It sounds like Gerard is trying to be somewhat discreet, but there's not an entire effort to just whisper. So they're having a low conversation, and you can both hear it very clearly. So, Gerard expressing some concern, Kozlov being somewhat oblivious, it seems, over-enthusiastic and open about it. And so in essence, you all sort of understand roughly the same situation at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you hear the two down below begin to move up the stairs, and that light clicks off.
Go.
Right.
You rejoin in the gathering room, and Peter, motions to the buffet, and Philip, and the butler comes in. There is a box, and he starts talking to him about something to go get as you four convene together, and then he rejoins you. So, this is something completely different. Yeah.
I've never
Indeed it
seen
is.
anything like this in all my years.
I mean, it's sort of like finding a dead scorpion in the bathroom, right? But it's just different in its own way.
Exotic, but in a metaphysical sort of frightening way.
Yes. Okay, so I'm thinking if this was put in the wall in the 1700s, right? What? That's hundreds of years ago now.
What other treasures could this building be hiding, Peter?
Right. I sent Philip to get the letters. There's a box of letters. I didn't pay too much attention to it, but perhaps there is some information there.
I would like to know
Letters?
more about the Perez family, certainly.
That makes sense. Yeah, Jude.
Were these letters found in the walls as well?
No, they were just left among the effects of the deceased, and
Oh.
they were left with the home in case there's some sort of, I don't. Apparently, the real estate owners didn't concern themselves to go through it, and so if there's anything relevant to the ownership of the property, then they left it. I have not looked at it.
Do you think that there might be somewhere where there would be more records of this home and the people who lived here apart from these letters, perhaps news articles we could read?
I was thinking the same thing. Perhaps some sort of library in the estate.
Oh, in the estate, well, I have moved all of my library into the library places. There may be records at the actual library.
Perhaps
As
we
well.
could do a little research there.
Possibly.
I would be willing to go to the library and check it out.
Undoubtedly,
as he
the
takes another
county,
shot. This is, by the way, cream soda.
undoubtedly the county surveyors would have property records that might be useful as well to understand who this could be.
So here's my thought. This is what you do. This is why I bring my friends together, and they're like, well, you know different things from what I do, right? I know how to buy things.
You're very good at that.
Thank you, love.
This
true.
is all
When I'm
great,
duly inspired. Yes, of course, Jude.
but what are we going to do with the body? It can't just sit in your basement.
No, this is part of what we are going to talk about. And then Philip comes in with this box. It's not all that ornate. It's a little more than a shoebox, really. Has the little metal holes with metal, framed holes for carrying it. Sits it down, and then leaves. And Peter walks over to it, sort of ceremoniously, lifts the lid, twirls it, sets it down, and then motions to this box of enveloped letters.
I think I'm gonna go over and start looking through those and see if I can glean anything.
All right.
I
mean,
what would I use for that?
You don't really need to make a roll right now because you're just reading these letters.
Okay, cool.
And you're all invited to participate because there are a few. So
Yeah, I start handing some out to everybody to look through.
all right. So for the next while, you spend some time reading through these letters. Here is what you determine. There was an individual named. Just one second.
From Nantucket.
Trying to wait out my dog who's barking his brains out.
Where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he
There was an
come from?
individual who
Oh,
sent.
Cotton Eye Joe. Yes, of course.
Sorry, Ty.
A number of these letters were mailed to Milan.
Mail to who?
And
Say that again.
Milan, Spain.
Okay.
They were addressed from Arturo Perez to Patrick Fillmore.
That's really weird. I have a family member named Art Perez.
No relation. You learned that Arturo had traveled to Chile in the 1500s. Arturo married a woman of Mapuche heritage in Chile named Rayen. The records
Can you spell that, please?
Rayen.
And what was the tribe she was from?
Mapuche.
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 Okay, got it.
The records further reveal that Rayen had a brother named Lautaro, Lautaro, and that something terrible happened to the man in 1543. I'm sorry, it wasn't in Milan, it was in Madrid. This is where these letters were sent.
I was going to say, is Milan in Spain?
It's not in Spain. That's why it didn't sound right. Madrid, Spain. The letters to this Patrick Fillmore, an Englishman, mention a delicate shipment of a valued family artifact to be received and safely stored until Arturo could arrive the following year in 1544. Other letters mention an artifact, a small iridescent metal cylinder of unknown origin, about 4 inches long and 7/8, very specific, 7/8 of an inch in diameter. Arturo, likewise in the letters, asks Fillmore to store the cylinder. And as you continue reading, you put together a bit of a timeline. Arturo Perez is in South America, roughly 1542. Arturo meets Rayen and they're married in 1543. Something happens to Lautaro, Rayen's brother, that same year. While investigating Lautaro's death, they find that cylinder in 1544.
44. Okay.
These letters are part of the personal records of a Carlos Perez, who, that's a name that you have. Let's see. Fillmore received the shipment in Madrid in 1545, where they were presumably stored.
So who received that shipment?
Fillmore.
Fillmore, okay.
And the cylinder is a Perez family heirloom.
It suggested perhaps that it is.
Okay.
But it was made as part of a discovery while investigating the death of Lautaro.
Okay.
And was entrusted to Patrick Fillmore
for storage,
for
yes,
safekeeping.
Till Arturo Perez could return.
This is also cream soda. Just making sure.
So at this point, you have a bit of a history. You have a family name. You have an individual named with no obvious dates, Carlos Perez. And then you know that the home was purchased from a deceased member of the Perez family last year in 1933.
Do we know who that person's name was?
Kozlov knows that person's name was Matthew Perez.
Matt Perez. Sold the house. Petey, darling, do you know if this Matthew is still in Arkham?
I'm afraid that this was bought on estate. Mr. Perez passed away.
passed away. And where did he pass away?
In the home, I presume.
How old was he, darling?
He was. I never met the individual. I believe he was just an elderly individual, a member. I mean, the owner of this home. And when he passed, it went into a state, and I snatched it up.
Mm-hmm.
At best guess, this corpse is likely the property, as much as I hate to say it, of the Perez family, and perhaps there are heirs to the family that would be interested in it. On the other hand, perhaps the Cabot Museum, which I have contacts with, might have an interest in purchasing it, Peter, if it's something that you're looking to profit from. But I would do everything possible to ensure that it is not degraded by exposure. The value of it to the family or to a curator will decline the longer it sits.
Oh, I have a very important question for you, Gerard. Why do you think that this corpse is valuable? And where's the cylinder?
I don't have an answer to the mysteriously disappearing and lost cylinder. It would be interesting to see if it's in the house somewhere, possibly. There are
That's
ways
possible,
to
yes.
search for it. If it's made of... Is there any indication of the materials that it's made from in these notes? Did anybody notice?
I think it said something about a weird metal or a metal. It's metal,
Iridescent, it said.
right?
Well, certainly the technologies that were used in the war to search for mines could be used to search for other metal objects hidden away in wooden walls. I don't think that would be that hard. I'm sure we could arrange for a metal detection device to be delivered. Man of your means.
Oh, perhaps, but maybe we should do the work. You know.
Oof.
I feel that there might need to be certain other people brought into this, perhaps in moving and storing the body. I don't
Could
think it should
arrange
stay
for that.
here.
As I mentioned, the preservation of the corpse is important. I don't have a reason to believe that it is of high value, but it's certainly, with this story, there is a provenance to it that is quite compelling.
Not
Well-
to be macabre, but perhaps the cylinder may be somewhere down there with the corpse.
That's what I'm wondering, Miles.
Perhaps
And that's why I
even-
brought you here, because I knew you'd have some ideas too, that I would be excited about.
Have we thoroughly inspected the body?
No, that's really not what I'm known for.
Oh, nor am I, but perhaps Jerry or Jude may be amenable.
I will take care of that. If there is any handling of a corpse to be done, it should be by...
Have you been taking night classes, honey?
What kind of expertise do you have in autopsies of long deceased corpses?
My
None
Doris
at
is
all.
full of
None at all.
secrets.
I don't
But-
mean to alarm anyone, but I find it... I find myself compelled to share a story. Your comment of the macabre got me thinking, Miles, as you always do.
And what story would that be? And I think you see Miles look a little bit like, what are you about to talk about here?
I kind of make a gesture, not that story, but I don't say that out loud, just to sort of put you at ease.
Kozlov pours some ice water for Doris and hands it to you.
Oh, thank you, dear.
I'll get up and walk and fill another glass of bourbon for myself as I step back. There was another string of incidents regarding a corpse, a mummified corpse, not too long ago. In fact, within the last year, the deaths of 3 prominent individuals associated with that mummy. Have you ever heard of something called Tiog.
You're all welcome to make an idea roll.
What's an
Idea.
idea roll?
Yeah, this is just to see if you know some information. So this is your intelligence.
Oh, I'm very intelligent. Okay.
Oh, all right.
74 over 70.
Oh,
30 under 85.
17 under 80.
wow.
Ooh. All right, I see you, Jude.
So when Gerard mentions that, it stands out in your minds as there was some sort of kerfuffle about some event that happened, crimes involving something about that name and museum or something. It does definitely ring a bell, but it wasn't ever anything that really stood out to you. So you didn't hold on to the details of the story.
Mhm.
But it does spark something in your head. Gerard, please.
Was it the Cabot Museum, Ty?
Yes. Mhm.
As I mentioned, the Cabot Museum, I have connections there. And last year, there were some untimely deaths that associated with this mummy that had been on display at the museum since the late 1800s, 1870s, or some such thing. Now, I don't know the whole story behind the mummy itself, where it came from necessarily, although I've heard stories after many cocktails with some of my colleagues. The whereabouts of that mummy are now unknown, for one. Allegedly destroyed, but none have been able to confirm. And then last year, I mentioned the deaths. Dr. Richard Johnson, the head curator of the museum. Prior to that, the disappearance of the museum's taxidermist. And shortly before that, a stabbing, a murder. The death of a man that I knew in passing, Dr. William Mino, who was the head of dissecting mummified corpses.
What? Gerard, are you saying that this is the mummy that I have?
This is not a tale to scare you, Doris, or any of you, but tampering with the dead can lead to unexpected results. I'm not saying that we shouldn't. I'm just saying that we should all walk into this with our eyes wide open. And Peter, to answer your question, I do not know. It's possible that wasn't the connection I was seeking to draw. I was seeking only to provide a bit of a warning against desecration.
So these deaths you think were related to this other mummy at the museum?
It's circumstantial at best, but again, I felt compelled to share. 3 men, rapid deaths, and the disappearance of Tiog.
How do you spell that?
T''YOG.
Okay, got it.
Well, I don't know of most of the rest of you, but I am a woman of God, and if a corpse today must be handled, it should be done by faithful hands to avoid such desecration.
Oh, Doris, let me just propose something to everyone. Maybe if this is the Cabot mummy, they would want it back. A finder's
Indeed.
fee may be part of it. It could be.
Yes, get rid of the mummy. Give it back to where it belongs. No more dead person inside of your lovely new house. And your bar
No
that will
need-
soon be bustling.
And no need
Right.
to desecrate the corpse. However, and I could certainly reach out to my contacts, Peter, for that. However, you've got to admit that the sense of mystery around this
Yes.
individual is
Yes.
titillating, almost too much to resist. The
I.
letters, the
yes.
story,
Right. And maybe there is more information we could find out about the Perez family or this house. And the cylinder. I really want to find that.
As the two of you are kind of going back and forth and getting excited, I kind of look to Doris, and I just quietly say to you, Doris, honey, what do you think about all of this?
I think it is bad news.
I agree. But I also owe it to Gerard to make sure that he doesn't get in too deep. So I think I have to stay.
I have the shop to run. I left it in the care of Maria.
I understand if you need to go, but I always feel safe with you.
Oh. You have me for the day. After that, I cannot promise anything.
Okay, love.
You'll stay?
Till the wheels fall off, honey.
I don't really want to leave either.
That can be dangerous sometimes, but yeah.
Kozlov extends his hand, looks at a beautiful Rolex watch. It is approaching midday. Maybe we should have some lunch and consider our options.
I've been lunching since I got here, darling. But sure, we can
Make
continue.
sure you are satiated, Miles. I always count on you to bring the life of the party.
And a cigar, perhaps. I've heard
Of
that
course.
you have only the best. And I'll look over at Doris and just sort of like gaze long, gauging sort of where they're at.
She offers a slow, controlled wink, having resolved to stay.
Very good then. And you, Jude?
Just one question. Do you have building materials here in your basement? Lumber, a saw, tools,
Yes.
nails?
Yes. I'm completely prepared to go forward with the design and the renovation.
No,
It's
not
only-
for the bar.
Oh,
To build a box.
I'm not much of a builder, but there are plenty of materials, and if there's something else we need, we can get that.
Right. Lunch then.
Lunch. I'll have it prepared. Meanwhile, and as you take a moment to consider what has been presented to you and prepare to have a meal together to contemplate further, we'll take our break.
Ooh,
Ty, I love this. It's so creepy.
Good.
So creepy.
So good.
amazing. Thank you so much, you guys. It is so good. This is so good. Ty, thank you for setting this up. Thanks to these beautiful players and all the people that are hanging out with us in the chat. People are loving this story, as are we. So thanks for coming along with us. And hello to everybody over at Reflect Games as well. We are simulcasting. This is the first time we've done it, but it's pretty fun. So welcome in and welcome to the Guild. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. Stay here. We'll be right back. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was great.
Oh, so
These
good.
characters are so
good.
good.
Yeah.
Also, my grandma's maiden name is Perez.
Just a little bit of practice, and then it starts to
Mm-hmm.
starts coming together.
Well, when you're on the spot, you gotta figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did-
All right. My
any-
mics are hot right now.
I was gonna
You want me to turn them off? We'll turn them off. We can conspire. Hold on.
just.
All right,
Let's
we're
do it.
done.
Yeah.
We're done conspiring. We got it all
Yeah.
figured out.
Yeah.
So then I said, "What do you
So I s-
mean we're?"
I says to the guy, I says,
Hey, what kid here?
worthy fucking adversaries.
But yeah,
Where
this
you
is
work
just
now?
so much fun. I am just really enjoying this, and it's really
This is a
cool
blast.
playing with a lot of y'all for the first time. You know,
Hell yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
Great
You
table.
guys are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This is my first game GM'd by Ty.
That's right.
Ooh,
This is my
nice.
second.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
I
This
ran
is
you over
my
on-
dozenth. Multi-dozenth.
You were
I didn't
giving
know
me
you
an
did.
itch to start doing stuff in my Wayward universe to get, because like I really miss it, and this is kind of giving me that vibe, and like, oh, I want to get back to it.
Be inspired.
I realized that even though I don't really watch horror movies anymore, I used to a lot when I was younger, but like I think my favorite thing to run for TTRPGs is kind of horror based stuff.
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm finding that when I write, I lean that way too, which is crazy because I don't consume horror media, can't watch it, don't.
Yeah,
watch
you were saying that
Mhm.
you don't like watching scary movies and stuff, which kind of boggled my mind a little bit.
Can I tell you guys how I get my cheap thrills?
Please.
Because I love horror.
Romance
but I can't
novels.
consume it. No, I pull I pull up the
Stop running for
Wikipedia
traffic.
page for any horror movie, and I read the synopsis.
Okay.
Aw,
And
That's
you're
a
like,
great
I
idea.
got it. I would
cool.
like it if I liked them, but I don't.
Gives me
so
the
I don't.
papers.
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah, as I was saying in our chat, in our like social chat for this game, I love a very specific kind of horror, and all the rest of it doesn't very often reach me. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same.
Ties.
Yeah, I
really
kind of
did.
fell off of it. There's some like classic
Really?
horror stuff that I love, but I can't really. I have trouble connecting with newer horror.
Yeah.
what were
I
you saying,
can't
Justin?
do gory. I think that's
Mhm.
the thing. That when it gets really gory, that's I don't know what it is, but I like the like mental anguish of
Yeah.
not knowing what kind of like thing is around the corner. Don't ever show me. Just kill me off screen. I would. It's so much better. You know
The
what I mean?
brilliance of Alien, the brilliance of Jaws. I mean, those are some of my favorite.
Ooh, the
And
music.
you don't- You don't, yeah, great scores as well, but like
Yeah.
you don't
Mm.
see what's coming for you. For me, that's oftentimes the scariest. But
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like this. I like the mind scares way more than like the jump scares or the gore scares.
I've heard
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project is like that, where it's
That's-
more like it's gonna mess with you, but it's not gonna
Oh.
like put a bunch
Mm.
of blood and guts and
I was
stuff.
terrified after I watched that movie.
I was too. I was very
Yeah.
disturbed, and that's the kind of movie I go for.
I
Like when I
had
finish watching the movie, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to sleep. Not only out of being scared, but because I can't stop grinding in my mind about what
Yeah.
that was.
I had the
Yeah.
worst experience. I saw Blair Witch in the theaters, and the theater was packed, and we were in the very front row, all the way to the side, and so it just looked all stretched out. I couldn't tell what was happening,
Yeah,
and
bummer.
and all of the movement made me physically ill.
Oh,
No.
It was the
Oh yeah,
worst.
I bet. I was living out in the jungle in Hawaii and we went into Hilo to watch that movie, and then we went back out into the jungle where it was just dark, no lights, and we were like, okay, we have to do a full scan of the house around the outside. We did a scan of the doors were locked, the windows were locked. Then we went inside. We had a flashlight. It was. Oh my
Can we
God.
go back to
Hopefully,
you were living in the jungles of Hawaii?
Yeah, rewind.
Yeah, but let's hold that for after the game. We'll come back to that. We got more game to play. So we're gonna do it. Here we go. I'm gonna hit the button, and we're gonna hit the stinger, and things are gonna start happening. Oh my God, it's gonna be wonderful.
Love it.
All right, folks, we are back. Thank you so much for hanging out and sticking through this incredible first half of our kickoff session of the Strange Case of Kozlov's Mummy. We're going to jump right back into it. Ty, take it away, sir.
So our friends / investigators have gathered at the home of an acquaintance / friend, Pyotr Kozlov, to be introduced to some big reveal, discovering that the big reveal is a mummified corpse that Peter found in the walls of the new house that he bought, and wanted to show it off and see what his friends thought about what they should do with it. There is much consternation and contemplation about the options at this point. They read through family letters that indicated that there was some tragedy in the family in long ago history. There is some tie-in, perhaps, or overlap with events at the Cabot Museum in Arkham, actually in Boston, and issues about what the moral ramifications are, what are the legal obligations, and what are they to do. Kozlov has invited the group to join him for lunch and to contemplate further. And here you find yourselves gathered at an elegant, very long dining table. The maids and the cooks are serving a delicious buffet of a different sort of sandwich, soups and fruits, and sort of an elegant presentation with teas, coffee, liquor, whatever you wish to have is available to you. And Peter, like a kid at Christmas, is sitting at the end of the table, waiting with bated breath, wondering what his momentary advisors are going to suggest.
I think I'm not at the table right away. I think I'm actually in the kitchen. I think that Miles always does this. That he goes in the kitchen and actually helps prepare the food. He doesn't really like being waited on in that way.
When you go in there initially, the help is, they look at you like, what's this individual doing in the kitchen? And by the time you leave, they're all laughing. They've got your name. They are a train of people coming out with you as you help bring out some of the stuff, and you have made friends as you do, Miles Mingus.
I think might be a moment when we're sitting around the table and the food is being served that sitting next to Miles Gerard, I put my hand on his, just on top of the table. It's been a long time, Miles.
Yes, it has.
I did not expect to see you today. Not here. Not with this.
Nor did I, darling, but it is a pleasure to see you. How have you been?
I have to confess a bit of a lie to you, Miles.
Oh.
This isn't the first time that I've run into you.
It's not.
No, I was drawn not long ago to your club, the Onyx, and I must admit your playing is exquisite.
I after the war, I went back to France and stayed there for a time.
You went back,
And
not
yeah,
back.
it's what she would have wanted. So I studied music and literature and all the things that I said that I would after the war, and became a musician and a poet and a bit of a raconteur. But something was calling me home. Not the home that I once knew, but I wanted to be back in the States, as it were.
You look well.
Thank you. I feel well. I've made, and I look over at Doris, some dear friends.
These two, Doris and Mr. Luna.
Mr.
I
Luna,
look
I've
up with
just
like
met
soup
today.
in my mouth.
I imagine Doris is kind of like making polite conversation with Jude at this time.
And speaking of Mr. Luna, you're the only one here that I do not know.
That is correct. I don't know you either.
Well, I'm an open book, darling. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about yourself. Start the preface.
Right. Yes. Knowing more about each other would increase the trust between all of us, I'm sure, as we set out on this endeavor.
You ever relax, Jude?
Oh, cut the man
He,
a
like-
break. He has just seen a dead body today.
Forces
we
Doesn't
are-
the
seem
we
to
shoulder.
have
three are
bothered you
eccentric.
much, Doris.
Indeed.
I find there to be little to relax about in this situation. What you see is not worry
Oh,
or panic. I'm unaccustomed with the niceties of small talk. I don't do much of it in my job, and I don't see much use of it in my life. But in the interest of trust, I would love to tell you anything you'd like to know about myself.
where did you learn so much about legal matters?
Well, I did serve in the military for a while, and I used some of that time to read up on the important parts of legal things. At one time, I thought I was going to be a lawyer, and decided that that was not the most useful application of my skills.
Logistics.
Logistics.
Where did you
there's-
serve? Where were you deployed in the war?
I spent a lot of time in Spain, actually. Working
Difficult time there in Spain.
logistics. It was mostly getting. I didn't see a lot of the front lines. I was more in charge of getting things to the front lines. Yeah.
Well.
What is it that you do again now?
There are people who need things to get to places, and I make them do that with the least problems.
Kozlov says Jude is a great mover of product.
Yes.
He's been drinking recently over the last half hour.
Yeah.
I've worked with Canada and different suppliers in Canada to get
Bootlegging.
product here. Was once something that I did. Yes.
I imagine things have changed considerably since the repeal.
There's no need to be shadowy about moving product now, which in some ways makes my job easier, and in other ways,
It has
You
made
just
many
became a
men
lot
rich.
more interesting, darling.
Have your travels ever taken you to Nicaragua?
No, I can't say that they have.
Well, if you're ever in need of new clients, do stop by the Little Bird sometime.
I'm always interested in new clients. Absolutely, that sounds very profitable.
Yes,
Oh,
you
it
should hear
works.
about Doris's store. Tell them what you do, love.
Oh, we sell the best cigars in Arkham.
Cigars, yes.
fact-
What makes a good cigar?
Well, some people will tell you that it's all about the urban side. Um, and surely that's part of it. But I think that a truly excellent cigar is set apart in how it is stored.
Oh,
My father is a builder, was. Um, we've come up with quite a sophisticated way of keeping the correct humidity needed to preserve our product for a long time.
I think you see the wheels turning in Jude's head of like a problem to solve, because to transport that you would have to control the humidity and maybe the temperature of the vehicle as you're transporting it, and he just kind of is like he's lost. He's looking
Yeah.
around like
Get
now.
the wheels turning, darling. Have you any of you ever read speculative fiction? Reminds me of the robots in those stories. Perhaps I'll write a story about you, Jude Luna.
Jude
Oh,
Luna, that is quite the name of a protagonist in something exciting.
Exactly. The
Indeed.
emotionless man.
Kozlov ding ding dings on his glass. Doris, darling, that is an
Yes.
excellent point. And I would like Jude Luna to be one of the heroes in my scenario. As we eat, friends, what are we going to do with this mystery,
Discovery.
for lack of a better word? Yeah, discovery.
I do think that if any information can be gleaned from the corpse, it should be.
Our
That is my
own
opinion.
medical analysis.
Yes.
Certainly,
For
the
all
more
of
we
you.
know of the corpse and its history, the more valuable its story becomes, the more valuable it becomes.
It is an interesting question, but I also want to know about this cylinder. And if I have this cylinder in my home, that may be even more intriguing than some old body which is shriveled up like a pasty raisin in my walls. But
Well, there are a
interesting enough as
few different ways, darling, to figure that out. Through communication, through the literature that they've written, through their history, through their art, and I think, as such, if they have a, pardon me, a library here on premises, so we can look through that, and barring that, we can visit the library at the college, at the university, and see if there's any information that we can glean on the travels of the Perez family and thereby their artifact.
yes, well, it's my preoccupation now, and hopefully you'll join me for the duration of it.
There is another option.
Hmm.
There are undoubtedly. Well, let me rephrase. Do you believe in the soul, Peter?
To a point.
A life essence, not necessarily one connected with a religious dogma or belief, but an essence that draws life forth.
I don't contemplate it too much. I saw plenty as you did during the war, and you know, I try to live for now. I cannot answer the things I cannot see beyond the end of this life, and I'm too young to worry about such things.
Well, let me answer for you then. There are those who would suggest and argue that there is an essence of life that is connected to the physical, something that gives animation to the mechanics of this thing that we inhabit.
Sure.
When the tether between life and death is severed in whatever manner it may be, sometimes terribly tragic, other times emotionally satisfying. That essence, the animus, is allowed to venture forth. Where that is, whether some people might call it heaven, he looks at Doris, others may call it something entirely different. It largely depends on your belief system. There is a commonality across many of the religions that I've examined and studied, that there is that essence. And under some circumstances, that essence, I'll look over at Miles, that essence can linger.
Yes, Jerry, but perhaps that should be more of a last resort, as tampering with the veil between life and death can be unpredictable.
You describe
Kozlov.
my life's work. Unpredictable indeed.
Kozlov reaches over to Doris, takes you by the hand, smiles at you, and looks back. Well, I do believe in angels of a sort. And then reaches across to Miles and pats you on the arm. All sorts of angels. Is that what you mean, Gerard?
Well, to my point, there are those who suggest that they might be able to communicate. The spiritualist movement has become all the rage. Perhaps it would be worth a conversation with your guest in the basement.
I like where this is going, friends.
Oh, do you? You don't think that perhaps this is a bit of a risky maneuver, PD?
In what way, Miles?
I just as you wish, PD. As you wish.
I don't wish to make anyone uncomfortable. This is unusual, I know, but it is nonetheless exciting. Doris, you seem to be uncomfortable with this idea. I can understand.
I am not uncomfortable. If there is a conversation with a ghost to be had, I would wish to see it.
A traditional girl in all the right ways.
Now, my mother would disagree with you on that.
I have not met your mother, but the few
Nor
times
will
when...
you.
Oh, okay. I sort of got that impression.
Pause
Mr.
off,
Luna...
Kozlov. You
Oh, is
cannot
that
have
what...
all the Pulaki women.
Ah, I'm
She
sure
will
your
fall
mother
for
is...
you. You will whisk her away from our humble shop, leaving the rest of us in squalor.
Oh, don't be jealous, Doris.
My mother is too lovely.
I believe it. I believe it so much. Mr. Luna, to you, I pose the question: is there some aspect of spiritualism that you find interesting, or is it off-putting?
Not off-putting, not at all. I just do not believe that it exists. Things happen or they don't. I think that's as simple as they get. And to search out these supernatural occurrences is, well, I don't want to necessarily say that it's a waste of time, but I just don't believe it profitable to myself.
But if we were to answer some questions that way, then it may be worthwhile for us to make a decision. I ask you, friends. I open the table again. Do we want to do? Do you want to go to your library? Do you have your spiritual communion? Do you want to send it to the museum? Gerard, do you have many of these contacts?
I guess there's no reason we can't do all of them, darling. It's just, perhaps we should try and get a little bit more information first. And
Certainly.
then have the seance perhaps this evening,
Yes,
after we've
for
done
all
our
we
research
know,
for the day.
the cylinder is in Madrid.
Well, The letters do speak of these artifacts going to Madrid, and I suppose there is a bit of a gap there between there and here. One of the questions we may need to answer.
Well, I would love to see whatever literature there is in the house, whatever other correspondence we can find. Is there a library on premises?
Oh, the library is mine. There is no remnant other than these letters that...
What did you do with the books and the journals and whatever else was there, Pete?
Oh, the house was emptied before I took.
Do you know where they donated it?
But no, I didn't think to inquire.
It's quite possible that the materials ended up at the Miskatonic Library. It wouldn't be unheard of for an elder family such as the Perez to see their effects perhaps housed within the archives.
And that is where I will be for the day.
Are you going to the town library or are you going to the university?
Oh, Miskatonic, honey. This is not called for general studies. Something a little bit more pointed, perhaps.
I agree. Well, if you wish to go to the library, to the university, the rest of you, how would you? Do you wish to go about your business for the day, or do you wish to tag along?
Jude takes off his jacket, folds it nicely, lays it on the chair, and says, "I'm going to head down to the basement and start building that box."
You take care not to disturb the corpse, if you would, please. I'd like to examine it a bit more before we try to move it.
Of course not. Yes. There will be a place for it, though, when it is necessary.
I will follow you down and stay for but a moment. I would just like to lay eyes on it once more. But after that, Miles, I'll accompany you to the library.
I will wait with bated breath, my love.
Well, thank you, Philosimo.
Gerard, what do you wish to do, my friend?
I intend to examine the body more closely.
Then, shall we proceed to the basement?
Oh, of course. But before you do, Jerry, could I just have a quick word with you? We haven't seen each other in a long time, and I would love to catch up.
Of course, Miles.
We'll let you speak. Doris, Jude, if you wish to accompany me.
Yes.
I head down.
The second they are out of earshot, I turn to you and I say, Jerry, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing what I do, Miles. This is what I do. What do you mean?
I understand that, but I thought that you was out of this shit after what happened.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Look, after the war, I wandered a bit, and when I stopped wandering, I found myself laser focused on trying to figure out what happened back there in France.
Yeah, and I've been spending all that time trying to outrun it and leave it behind me, and now here you are bringing it all back.
I did not bring us together, Miles. I would not ever subject
you just told me you've been in town for quite some time and seeing me at my club.
And I did not reach out to you, Miles, out of respect and because I was concerned that it would bring up these emotions and stir things up, which I'm seeing right now. I'm sorry. I don't know why our orbits are colliding. I don't know how Peter has orchestrated this, either consciously or unconsciously, if the fates have decreed it or if it's something more. But I will tell you something, Miles. I still have the dreams every fucking night. And I can't rest until I figure out what it is, how to put it to rest. So while you moved away from it, I went straight for it. And that's how I know Peter. I've been investigating and researching the thin veil between life and death. I've been exploring and meeting people in various cultures who have different belief systems. I've spent some time in the jungle. I've seen some things and learned some things, but I still can't get this out of my head.
Have you have you heard her?
Yes.
Can I mean, I just reach out my hand.
I take it and hold it with as much compassion as I have expressed in a decade.
I look in your eyes, but I'm like not looking at you. I'm kind of almost like looking into you. And all of the like transatlantic fancy, you know, Fauntleroy bullshit talk that Miles does is gone. And you're hearing something more real underneath. Hey baby, it's me. It's Charlie. I don't know if you hear my daily updates, but I still tell you about my day every morning, and I still watch the sunrise every day with you. I'm so sorry. I wish it could have been me. I miss you so fucking much. The world is an unfair place, and even doubly so for people like us. I hope you can forgive me for our sins.
It wasn't our sins, Miles. You know that, right? It was those bastards who did this to us, who did this to Gabri, who did this to the rest of the men in our unit.
Yeah, and what if we end up doing the same thing, Jerry?
If anything, our greatest sin was surviving.
Yeah.
That puts us at an interesting point in our lives right now. For us back together like this is not a mistake. This is not happenstance.
Yeah.
There's something to this, Miles.
I hope you're right. I hope this isn't hurt anybody else, because I already lost her. I can't lose Doris. She's my best friend. She's the only family I got. You swear to me that you'll protect her, Jerry?
Of
Jerry.
course.
And I
will.
grab you and pull you closer. Thank you. And
Yeah.
You got a body to go look at. And I've got a library to check on.
The other three move down into the basement, and as you arrive and Kozlov puts the lights back on, Jude, he motions to you where there's the tools have all been put in place, and the materials are also nearby. There are a lot of drywall, some framing materials, so you may have to get a little creative, but there's some plywood in there as well, some sheets of plywood and things like that. So it looks like they were prepared to do any sort of reinforcement that they need to do of the walls, and there's probably enough materials in there for you to work with. So as you begin to assess that, Kozlov turns to Doris and says, "Well, we'll have to uncover the body if you are prepared for this again."
This time, most certainly.
I didn't mean to surprise you in the negative way. I was very excited, and I thought, scorpion on the bathroom tile. I find it exhilarating and also disturbing at the same time, and that's kind of an artifact of my experience as a soldier.
Are you desensitized to such things?
Well, if you say it like that, I suppose I have to admit there is perhaps some degree of that. But I like to think of it as more as sort of a boredom, an ennui. You know, I don't take that wrong.
I, you, Peter, you did not, um, you surprised me. You did not scare me.
Well, I'm glad. And so, shall we? And he takes one end of the tarp.
She'll take the other end and kind of delicately move it.
You lift it up. And there you see this pulled in body. Well, what are you looking for in particular at this initial moment?
She's looking for the thing that pulled her down here again. She is following a feeling right now. It's twofold. She wants to pray over this body. But and that's what she's telling herself that she's come down here to do, is to pray over this body and to grant it peace if she's able to do that. But really, she is finding that she can't look away and doesn't want to look away, and just wants to look at its face.
Looking at its face, there is a grimace. That the skin is pulled very tight against the skull, and so you can see much of the skeletal structure, but there is substance to the leather of the skin as it has gathered in the face, and where the cheeks pulled and the mouth was, and it's turned. And the more you look at it, the more you can see that there's like a recoil in its posture. And you're no physicist, physician. I mean, so you're not sure if it just kind of pulled together in death or if it fell that way or what, but it's also hard to put out of your mind the idea that that was its death its death pose in the moment. And it's kind of the part of the macabre fascination that you're having in this moment.
Seeing it look almost troubled, she kind of slowly crouches and then to her knees, leveling her face with this mummy's face. And she kind of puts her head down and holds out the other, her right hand, just hovering over its head. O God of spirits and all flesh, who hast trampled down death and overthrown the devil, and given life to thy world, do thou, the same Lord, give rest to the souls of thy departed servants, in a place of brightness, a place of refreshment, a place of repose, where all sickness, sighing, and sorrow have fled away.
As you finish your prayer, you can hear the other two coming down the stairs. You look again upon the face of the corpse, and you didn't really pay attention to the detail prior, but the eyelids are still present, and they're parted ever so slightly. And there's a slight glint in the darkness between them. Miles and Gerard, you walk into the room. Doris is kneeling over the corpse in prayer. Kozlov is standing nearby, and Jude has begun moving through building materials and assessing the project there when you walk in.
What have you discovered there, Doris?
She looks to Gerard and Miles coming down, and then back to the face. Is the glint still there?
There's still a slight part, and there's still a slight reflection from the light overhead.
I can't
What is it?
say. Come look.
I'll approach and take out my magnifying glass again. I have a little billfold that has some like implements in it that I pull out and set on the table next to the corpse.
I also approach. I let Gerard do the investigating. I just kind of sidle up next to the door and say, "Good job."
And you.
Oh, I've done nothing, darling. I'm just here for the fun.
Doris, what do you indicate if you don't say anything? Do you just point to it? Do you point to the face? Do you?
I think that she does point to it. Kind of like beckons Gerard down to kneel next to her and kind of gestures towards the eye area. But she knows, I think, that this person is clearly perceptive and does this for a living, so she's not going to say anything and just going to wait to see if he notices it.
All right. Gerard, would you please give me a spot hidden just to see how incredibly perceptive you are in a moment?
45 over 30.
You bring the magnifying glass out and you're honing in on the skin, looking at texture, looking at but what inspired you to make that examination?
When I saw Doris almost face to face, with her so close to the corpse, I imagine that she had found something. What is it, Doris? What did you see something?
I think it has eyes. Still.
Eyes.
There's a glint in the light.
And they do say they are the windows to the soul.
Gerard, you move the magnifying glass and catch the light so that it reflects into the eye area, and there's a glassy reflection back.
I'll be damned, Doris. Well done. I'll reach over and grab. I have a forceps in this little kit, and I'll bring it over and just. I don't want to like break the eyelid if I can. I want to try to do this gently without forcing it, and just sort of like push it back a little bit if I can get a better look. Look at this right here.
Okay. You get those forceps in, and you very carefully pry the eyelids apart, and there is some give. And in doing so, you reveal what appears to be an intact eyeball. I want Doris and Gerard and Miles to please give me sanity checks. Jude, your back is turned.
Man. Let's do it.
Yeah, man, I'm
Nobody has
putting a half lap joint into these dimensional lumber
Miles,
over here.
Yeah, Miles, I think you can see when Gerard pries the eyelids open, you catch the reflection as well.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm here for it.
86 over 37.
Ouch.
That is 48 under 55.
Okay.
I have indeed rolled 100.
Oh.
Yes.
Now. All right.
Hope y'all weren't doing
shit.
that to Doris.
There goes Doris.
I think I previously stated that I'm really into Doris. Platonically.
Yeah.
All right.
I had
you guys.
I had the crits backwards. If your skill is under 50%, so yes, essentially, Dave, that was a crit fumble.
Oh, I had a crit fail. The very first roll of this game was a crit fail. Amazing.
Okay, we know what to expect
now we have
from
another
this
one.
campaign now.
Yeah.
Getting
Great
them out
job,
of the way
Grace.
now.
Oh, I think they're just getting started.
This is payback
Oh,
for
man.
Florence surviving.
First of all, you both lose 2 sanity.
Ouch. Ow, my brain.
Yes, Doris, I am also going to have you have a bout of madness. Would you please roll a d10?
What's
Fuck yeah.
Bout of madness.
That's a 4.
Is that anything like the movie About a Boy?
You have a violent reaction as you comprehend that there's an organ at least existing in the head of this individual that shouldn't be there, that looks organic, that looks fresh enough that it would not be in the corpse, that would not be in a mummified corpse. It's not comprehending. You stand up and you lash out, you swing violently. There is a glass lantern, it's not lit, on the bar, and as you lash out, it flies across the room and shatters on the concrete floor, and you stand back shaking.
I want to
I
like
think I
step.
wheel.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think I hear that smash, and I wheel around and go, "Whoa, what's going on? Everything okay?"
You're intact. It's. Doris, are you okay?
I'm gonna step in and grab Doris and look at her and Doris, look at me, honey, I'm right here. You okay,
Take me
baby?
home.
Of course. I think Doris has had enough for today, gentlemen. I think we are going to take her to get some rest. If you want to continue to peruse,
yes.
feel
Doris,
free.
Doris, I'm sorry. Please call me. Let me know when you're feeling better.
Yes.
I understand.
Apologies, everyone.
No. Unnecessary, Doris. Unnecessary.
Those shouldn't be there.
What shouldn't be? What's going on?
Back home.
They will
Back
they
home.
will explain it to you, Jude. Doris, let's go. Petey, do you mind if we take the car, the driver?
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
Wait,
Yes.
those shouldn't be there.
Kozlov kneels down, Jude, as you step forward and looks down where Gerard is also kneeling. And you also catch a glint of this eyeball inside the head. And I also will have you make a sanity check.
Yeah.
Oh, it begins.
All right.
Just come on in. The water's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I roll a wrong one? Hold on. I rolled 2 of the singles. Where's my
Which is
other-
okay if you know which one is tens and which one's units.
Well, it wouldn't matter because I rolled a 44. So
Oh, then it doesn't matter. That's
there you go.
44 on
I
what?
rolled a 44 under 48.
Okay.
Ooh.
You are ironclad practical.
I think in that moment I'm thinking, well, it was stored in the wall, lack of oxygen, perfect conditions, that maybe there was a chance that some form of sediment impregnation into the eyeball. Like, I'm just explaining,
Reasoning it.
logicking away, the possibilities.
Perfect. Miles, meanwhile, you turn Doris and help usher Doris, if you'll be ushered up.
She's
out.
fighting you lightly, but walking with you. Those shouldn't be there.
I know, baby. I know.
Home, back home.
Yep. No,
We didn't burn our dead. There were communal graves, and after one's lease was up in the grave, everything went in the shed. There were so many skulls and bones and just things piled high. But no eyes.
Miles.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, Jerry. I'm taking it. I'm taking it home. We will reconvene tomorrow, or perhaps later tonight. But for now, we will take our goodbyes. Adieu, everyone. Doris, my love, let's go. Petey gave us the car.
Yes.
And we head up the stairs.
Okay. You two depart. Go
Gerard,
ahead.
I'm not the professional archaeologist here, but if the eyes are still intact, would that speak to the fact that this was not a mummification? I imagine that the embalming process would usually need the removal of that and other important organs. If my trip
No,
to the
you're correct. The soft tissue is generally the first to deteriorate. All that's left is the husk. I'm going to, as I'm talking, I'm going to, with the forceps, just press on the cornea of the eye to see if it is soft as an eyeball might be expected to be, or if it is hard and gives any resistance to that slight probing.
There is elasticity.
This doesn't make sense. If you look at the condition of the epidermis, the deterioration and desiccation here, it just doesn't make sense. These
Kozlov
eyes
says, well, but
doesn't
what
make any sense.
Jude said, is it not possible that there is perhaps some sort of embalming process where it works like internally outward?
Of course, it's possible. I don't know, but it's unlike anything I've seen, and I've seen many corpses.
Well, maybe we should have it examined officially so that Doris can rest her mind that this is not as terrible.
I mean, I think, yeah, that's a good idea. We should take a closer look. I mean, who's to even say that these are the mummy's eyes?
What are you implying?
You know, the embalming process removes a lot of these things. Would there not be a space for another person's eyes to find their way into this mummy?
Are you suggesting that someone placed a set of unrelated eyeballs into the head of a mummy that was buried in the walls of this house?
I mean, I think it's Sherlock that said remove everything that is impossible and you are left with the only logical assumption.
I'm just trying
would
to
be what's
understand. Yeah.
I think he means that you are like Sherlock Holmes and he is Watson, or one of those things. I think there's a really good connection, Jude.
I'm definitely no Sherlock Holmes, but I know that magic does not exist. And so if we look at this logically, what are the options? What could possibly be happening here?
Gerard,
those are real eyeballs.
Is it reasonable?
It is. Let's take a closer look. I'm going to see if I can part the lips.
Okay. So you take the forceps and you also try to pry the lips, and there's also some give there, but it's none of it is like supple flesh. It's just It's got some kind of rubbery rigidity. So theoretically, if the embalming process were to be this preservative, it could be explained in that way, as far as you know, not being a doctor of these sciences. Although you are a biologist?
Botanist.
Botanist, okay. So there may be plants. You can think of certain plants that have a persistent kind of preservative nature to them. There are obscure plants in the Amazon that have been known to be cut down and still preserve their life force for years, separated from the stalk, separated from the root.
I turn to Peter. I say, Peter, remember when I said statute of limitations is probably over on this body? I don't think that is true anymore. And it's a good idea if we get this out of your house or do a better job of hiding it.
Well, it seems there are two ends playing against the middle on that one. Do you think we should take it somewhere? Should it go? Gerard, who do you know that would be interested in this? The museum.
I could make some connections at the museum. I have people there. We could have it taken to a proper curation lab, have it cared for in the right conditions to not cause any further deterioration of the remains, and we could study it there under a controlled environment. I think I agree with Jude. I think keeping this here any longer than we need to is probably not a good idea.
I trust your advice. Yeah. Yes.
There's something very curious about what's going on with this corpse, and I cannot shake this hunch. Could I make a call perhaps for this evening? Tomorrow we take it to the museum. I'll set something up, but perhaps on this night we see if there's an additional message to be had through the supernatural means.
Well, now that Doris has left, I feel more comfortable going in that direction. It seemed she was sufficiently upset, so I wouldn't want to impose that further. But Jude, you seem to have the sort of investigative mind that I was hoping for. So I think between the two of you and myself, we could, yes, in short, let's do that.
That seems fair.
Are you comfortable with that, Jude?
Yes.
It would be
Yes.
valuable to have you here as a bit of a skeptic to, shed your perspective on what may or may not happen. This could be a fool's chase, but I don't know. Perhaps not.
Like I said, remove all possible options and you're left with the truth. So if you believe this is a possible option, then the best thing for a skeptic to do would be to chase that down. I wouldn't be living up to my own reasonable endeavors.
I believe Doyle would be proud of you.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Gerard. You two are pulling together this thing very nicely. So let me know if we need the candles or a table or what we need. I'm not going to tell the help that this is what we're doing, but let's prepare. And as the three of you then begin to pull that plan together, moving into the afternoon, Doris, Miles, you get into the car and head back home, Doris.
Yeah. As we're heading to your house, Doris, I think Miles grabs your hand and laces his fingers in between yours and puts his other hand over your palm and
just leans onto you.
So that was quite the adventurous day.
We have a lot of those.
We have a lot of those. This is not as fun as they usually are, but adventure nonetheless.
They weren't supposed to be there.
Yeah. Honey, sometimes there are things in this world that just don't make sense. You can't let it drive you crazy.
You got that right.
You okay?
I will be. Are you okay?
No. I'm not. But that's okay.
At least that means dancing tonight. Yes?
We dance every day like it's our last, because it very well might be.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
She will pull out from her pocket, just as we're talking, the cigarette kind of haloed with red from her lips earlier, and she'll light it and offer it over to you as we're talking.
Oh, don't mind if I do. And
the new batch.
Also, presses a little panel on the door, and the little mini bar pops out, pours us a couple cognacs, and says it'll help take the edge off a little bit.
Thank you.
Did I ever tell you that when I was young, I lived in Mississippi?
I don't think you mentioned that. No.
Mm-hmm. That was the first place I saw a dead body. My daddy.
What happened?
He was strung up. Bad people did bad things to him.
Has Massachusetts proven much different than Mississippi?
I suppose so. You know, they were going after me. Couldn't find me, so took the next best thing. And that's when my mama told me I needed to enlist and get the hell out of Mississippi as fast as possible. So I made my way up to Chicago. Enlisted. There was a war going on at the time. A great war. I saw a lot of dead bodies there too.
So you're quite familiar.
I am. You know, something that I've worn since basic training, I think it maybe helped me get through a lot of tough times. A very dear friend who's no longer with us gave it to me. And I take the little necklace with the bag at the end of it off, and I put it around your neck.
I can't take this.
No, yes, you can. Honey, sometimes I feel like maybe I've lived too long.
No, don't
You
you go
would.
saying that.
I know I'm not that old, but I've experienced a lot in my 36 years on this planet. Sometimes I just feel so thin and so stretched out that I just want it to end.
It's been too long since you've joined us for dinner.
Oh, you know I love me a Greek dinner. You know
I
why I
know.
dance every night?
No.
Because I never got to get that dance with the person I really wanted to dance with. And so I dance every day to honor them. I don't
In
know
a
how
way,
good I
they're all
look dancing
one.
with this damn limp, but
A picture.
yeah. Thank you.
I know that well,
Look, if you don't want to do this anymore, you don't have to. I have to simply because, well, Jerry saved my life, honey.
you go way back then.
We go way back. He saved my life, and I hate that I have to see him. I love him, and I can never forgive him. It's a complicated relationship. The best ones usually are.
You know I'll always give it to you straight.
I know.
The world needs you, and so do I. And not just you, but your whirling dances and your stories.
I'm thinking about writing a new one about a young Greek girl. Can't nobody hurt.
Let me know when you find someone like that. I'd like to
Baby, I
shake their
already
hand.
have, darling.
At some point, you pull up in front of the shop. Both get out
All right.
for dinner, and meanwhile, we return to Kozlov's mansion. You have set up Gerard according to your instructions. You're in the basement still, Kozlov's request. And what do you do?
Well, I'd first and foremost draw upon a respectful, somber demeanor. The things that I have studied and learned throughout my life relative to death and living, well, diverse, so many different experiences associated with those last moments, all of them grounded in a respect for the fact that it will happen to all of us. I light candles. I am no spiritualist, I say to Peter and Jude. But we will do what we can to call upon whatever essence still lingers with this corpse. This is corpse, this individual. I will then pull out some of the notes that I've gathered, some of the notes that we had gone through earlier in the day as we were investigating the letters and such about the Perez family. I will specifically focus, as is my hunch, for better or for worse, right or wrong, on the names Rayen and Lataro, the Mapuche tribes members who are mentioned and connected to the Perez family. If there are direct letters written, I will speak phrases of those letters out loud. Not the entire letter, perhaps, but the relative and relevant phrases and sentences and passages. And then I'll call upon some occult knowledge that I've picked up along the way in my journeys in the Amazon to sort of channel as much as I can. Again, I'm no spiritualist. I'm just a man, a mortal man. Just to see if I can get any sort of metaphysical response.
Do you have an occult skill?
I do have an occult. I do have. Let's see.
Not mythos, but just standard occult.
I do have cult.
Okay.
I think I'll also light a cigarette
Okay.
and get it going really good, and then I will put it down to have that smoke from the tobacco, whirling itself around this space as we're standing there. And yes, I do have a cult.
All right.
As a skill.
This is going to be a hard occult.
Okay.
So 50% or less.
All right. That means I need to roll a 27.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And as you are, gets Kozlov and Jude also watch on. Before you do that, Jude, are you contributing in any way, or are you observing?
Yeah, I'm fully just observing. I don't expect anything to happen. Yeah, I think I'm just watching carefully.
Kozlov has gone so far as to light candles and turns off the overhead light, and then shrugs. This is what I've heard is sort of way.
Can't hurt.
Join-
Light.
Join me if you like. And I'll sort of gesture towards, the circle of candles as I'm sort of kneeling on the ground.
His sleeves are rolled up. His watch glimmers in the candlelight, and it's an interesting vision of him, young, relatively, just slightly older, about the age of the rest of you. Handsome, young, rich man sitting on the floor of his basement in his nice clothes in the dust at the foot of a desiccated body that he found in his wall. Jude, are you standing or sitting, or what's your posture?
I'm standing. I'm not getting my clothes dirty.
Okay. Gerard, were you say something?
No, this is
All
it.
right.
I've invited them to join me, and now
Let's
I
see
will
what
just
happens.
call out, speaking the words, asking for some sort of message, if there's one to be had.
Okay.
No, I did not make it.
What did you get?
I actually rolled a 55, which is the skill, but it's not the 27.
Okay. It costs you 2 magic points and 1 sanity. As you wait for an answer, the lights are low, the candles flicker. It's a little difficult to see. The light reflects onto Kozlov's face and his white shirt more readily than it does Jude, who stands a little bit above the candlelight aura. And you look down at this body there in the light, looking at the face and those reflective orbs of the eyes inside. And there's a shimmer in the light for you. The body seems to haze. Jude, you don't see anything. Kozlov's not reacting. But around the face of the figure, this haze kind of forms into an opaque kind of mask. And it becomes a little more perceptive. You're perceiving it a little stronger and a little stronger. And the room falls away for you, Gerard. You're not sure if you're in the jungle. You're not sure if you are in France, if you are in the library. Gabri looks up at you, blinks, smiles. Gabri's face fades. Mikey Carrera's face glares up at you. I need you to make a sanity roll.
Oh my God. $31 under 34.
Oh,
Mikey Carrera is looking at you and says, "Thanks for checking in, Jerry." The candles go out. Jude, it's dark. Kozlov gasps. Gerard, you gasp. The lights come on. You're back in the basement. The corpse is there as it was.
Please tell me that someone else saw that. Please. Peter. I'll look over at him. Peter.
So the lights, the candles went out, Jerry.
No, before that. The
um,
face. The face is Jude.
Kozlov looks at you, Jude.
I didn't. I smell for like a gas leak. I'm like,
Yeah.
Are you all right? Do you need some water? What's going on, Gerard?
Bourbon. Bourbon.
Well, perhaps we should go upstairs.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Kozlov leads you back to the staircase, ushers Jude and Gerard back up, looks back into the basement, flicks off the light. And I think that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh.
No. We keep going. 3 more hours.
I want to keep going so bad.
Lit
Oh
all
my
night.
God.
All night long. Let's
All
go.
night long.
Keep it rolling.
We go until we TPK. baby.
Yeah.
Oh
No sleep
my
till TPK.
God.
No sleep till Arkham.
That last scene, I literally had like some sort of a flash of like adrenaline, I suppose, or whatever it was. But I was there, man.
Oh,
That
man.
was
So scary.
This is what I love
Wow.
about this game. This game can be, it's that fine line of tension, and this game can deliver it.
you're delivering it as well, sir, as the keeper.
You
and,
do.
Yeah.
Applause to the whole
Beautiful.
cast.
Thank you
Nice,
for that.
everyone. Good job
Thank you.
tonight.
Yeah, everybody's awesome.
These
And
outstanding players.
what do we do now? Oh yeah, thank you everyone who all the people who have been hanging out with us in the chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here with us because it's scary and we need you. We will be back next Tuesday for more of this. You don't want to miss it. Obviously, this was the first time that this group has played together in this configuration, and it is magical.
Yes.
So thank you all for
Bravo.
being part of this. I love all your characters and you all dearly. Let's go around the table and do some outros. Please, again, plug your projects. Let people know where they can find you because people want to know about you now more than ever. Maybe, I don't know. But let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and start with Justin, Mr. Justin Estrada.
Hi, yes, played Jude Luna. I am a person, a human. I of this earth. Very unlike my character, Jude.
Wait, what?
He's.
Don't do
he's
this to me.
human. What?
Do this to me.
Jude
No.
Luna's not
Ty, don't say anything.
real.
No, I am head of gaming at Stranger Comics. So if you get a chance, go check them out. I just created a module there that we just finished a Kickstarter, strangercomics.com. I also do work with Panic Table and Twice Rolled Tales, and I'll be working on all kinds of other stuff this summer. But yeah, find me on Instagram. I don't know.
Dude,
Nice.
you are
Well done.
you're a brilliant
Right
editor as
now.
well of some of the finest actual plays that I've ever seen. So go check
it's so
out
much fun.
Justin's stuff. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, if you want to see something recent that I edited that I'm very proud of, Keep the Lights On, which is an actual play. It's a 10 Candles actual
it's
play
so good.
that we did.
Fucking love Tin Candles.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
we
see it,
edited
it's
it.
great.
We actually went out into the woods and we built a rig for around the table so the camera swivels for each person around the table. It's super rad. We played by actual candlelight, like we didn't actually use any other lights to play the game by or to light it while we played the game. And then when the lights go out, it's full dirt and it's rad. And yeah.
Where can we find that again?
Yeah, where
This
For a
is on the
friend?
Twice Rolled Tales. They have the Keep the Lights On. It just won a award for best editing at a film festival.
Nice.
Um,
Wow.
And so I'm very proud of that one. It's got a lot of like great because we drive out. We like basically the first half is like us going out into the woods to go film it, and then the second half is us playing the game, and it's
Brilliant.
great.
That is
I'm
awesome.
gonna drop a
Mini
link
show.
into the chat for people if they want to go. It's beautiful. When I first reached out to Justin and we were chatting, you shared that with me and I went and watched, just devoured it in one sitting. I was just like, this is so good. So a lot of
Yeah.
respect for you and in the work that you do. So thank you very much for being here and sharing some of your creativity with us. Let's popcorn it over to Maui. Maui, some huge scenes tonight. I don't need to do like a play-by-play like commentator thing, but fucking A. It was
Thanks.
great.
I'll be Pat
Yeah.
Summerall. Thanks, John.
Boom.
Boom.
Great reference,
You know,
as usual.
so he was a character, and then he rolled the dice and he succeeded. Thanks, John.
So much more than that, you know it. So much more.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Maui. I run Reflect Games. Oh, hey, Merm.
And
Good to
we're
see ya.
streaming there.
Yeah, I stream over at Reflect Games. Please give us a follow. We're almost to 200. We're just like what 16, 17 away
Nice.
from 200 followers, so that would be amazing. Yeah, check us out on Mondays. I'm usually a DM. I don't usually play as a player, so this is a special treat for me. Currently I am running a fantasy epic called the Worm Riders Saga that I'm very, very proud of. Check out yesterday's session. It was amazing. It was something really special and wild. And yeah, we have a bunch of stuff going on. We have Wednesdays starting up soon with Avatar: The Last Airbender actual play we're gonna do. And this Thursday is the finale of our guest DM's 4-part epic Slay the Beast. Oh, and this Wednesday, Audrey 3, who's in the chat, tomorrow is her birthday, their birthday,
Hey!
and
Happy
I'm
Happy
running a,
birthday.
yeah, and I'm running a special one shot for them, set in the world of the Unsleeping City, called the Cloisters Apocalypse. So be sure to check that out tomorrow.
Very cool. Thank you so
Woo.
much.
Yeah.
Another
Love
busy, creative
Unsleeping City.
person. So very stoked that you're here with us to do this. And it wouldn't be the same without you. 100% certain of that. It also wouldn't be the same without Grace. Grace, it's so great to have you here. Doris is
The sanest one here.
aside from that madness, the bout of madness that happened. I think she might be the baddest ass of the group, and I can't wait to see her in action.
Remains to be seen. She's the only
We'll
one
find out.
not been at war. We'll
Well,
see.
that's true. Yeah, well,
Well, thank you. It was such a delight to be here. I love this table. I'm in love with all of you, all of your characters. This has been fantastic. I can already tell this is one of the best games I think I've probably ever been in, just by this one session so far. Yeah, I'm just absolutely thrilled and so happy with this game and can't wait to see what happens next. But hey, if you want to check out my stuff, I have a book of poetry that is published. And that's something that you can read if you want to put your eyes on my words. You can also check out Troll Lord Games anywhere on social media. Help me look like a super good social media manager by making the number make a bigger number. And yeah, keep an eye out for Aired Out with me and Ty. I'm very excited.
amazing. Thank you
pleasure.
for being here, and thanks to the Troll Lords for their good work as well. We do a lot of castles and crusades around here. Thank you for being here. And last but not least, Ty, wonderful first session.
Yay.
Crazy good, so good.
Yeah, that was
Thank you.
insane, Ty.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you.
great.
So
I'm
good.
really excited about this one, and it's one of the highlights of many exciting things that are going on with me and with Adventure Sling. I am DungeonMisterTy on the socials. I also have Adventure Sling Productions. Adventure Sling Productions is the creator of New Varden, which is an Earthpunk fantasy setting, which we play here on GuildSuperior quite a lot, and occasionally over on other channels. This is what it looks like.
Beautiful, so good.
Ooh.
Stunning.
Where can
It
people
is just-
find that, Ty?
They can find that at Drive-Thru RPG in digital, paperback, or hardback form. The link is also on the
Ooh,
website at adventuresling.com, where you can find lots of other stuff, including my schedule, a couple of podcasts, and it's not a schedule, a calendar. That's what I meant. I'll also be doing live stream play on Folk and Myth here and there this summer, as well as here at Guild Superior. And
I got to get you to do something on Reflect this summer, man. Oh my
Reflect
gosh,
would love
you're
to. Yeah,
you are in high demand because you are fantastic at what you do.
thank you, my friend. I appreciate
So
it.
true.
I do have fun. I love these stories. I love everybody that shares these stories, that I share these stories with, that shares them with me. And there's more of that to come. There is the full length, or the first official adventure for New Varden called Mall of the Mountain that is in production layout right now, coming together. I've had eyes on the layout and it's looking good. There are other secret things coming up that will be revealed in time. So hang with us, and we'll see you next week. And back to you, Dave. Thanks, everyone.
Always a great tease, Ty. You're always a great tease. I love you for that. So much going on. Everybody's so freaking busy. I'm so grateful that we're able to find time to be together to do this. So,
Yeah.
you guys know me. I'm Dave. I play games, produce games, run games here on Guild Superior. I get the honor and privilege to be able to bring people together to do this storytelling here, and I love making connections with people. And so we've got a lot of connections being made throughout the summer with more games being played. Right now, I'll tell you what we have going on. Specifically, we have a new Avarden game, Ty's creation. Our good friend Penborough, aka Paul, it has created an original adventure in the world of New Avarden that we've been running on Thursdays here on Guild Superior. Come over and check that out. We also just launched a 3-part Simbaroom game with GM Shiv and an awesome cast of people. It was very good. That was last Saturday. Yeah, so that one is coming back in a week from this Saturday. So it's every other Saturday. And then I just am wrapping up the casting on our Summer of Siege game. So we'll be diving back into the Age of Worms campaign that we started last summer. And there's a great group of people that will be able to torment through some of the curses that we have in store for them. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to sign off. We're going to raid into our friends over at Darling Creep Show. Let's give them a good old-fashioned Guild Superior hello. And if you can spread a little bit of positive energy out in the world, please do. We need it now more than ever, and we all have the power to make change. So let's do it together. We'll see you next time, everybody. Take it easy.
Sweet doggy.
Wow.
I can live with.